everybody, and welcome to Dead Unicorn. My name is Corey, and we are playing Cyberpunk Polymer Dreams on this gorgeous Saturday night. I hope everybody is just sitting down in front of their computers, looking at us on our phones, and kicking back, relaxing for a really great game that we're going to have with our game master, our Cyber Lord, James.
Hello, everyone.
Our Lord and Cyber Savior.
Yes, our Cyber Savior.
I don't know if you'll be saying that at the end of this session, so we'll see.
He cyber died for our cyber sins.
I'm still alive.
I would like to thank our patrons scrolling in the bottom down there. Please support us so we can keep the lights on around here. There's also some cool benefits you can get. We're going to do a patrons-only live stream sometime this month. We're still figuring those dates out, but it's coming. You get to talk to us on our little Discord, too. So sign up for that. Thank you to Sebastian for putting this together. And now I'm going to send it over to James, the Cyber Lord, to Cyber Go.
I'm James, and I'm the game master for this. We're playing Cyberpunk Red, but using pre-generated adventures from the 2020 edition. And so we'll see how this goes. So far, we're having a lot of fun. Let's move on to character introductions, and let's go ahead and start with Sasha. Looks like she's ready.
Sure. Hi, I'm Sasha. I play Gas, otherwise known as Ortera Lancaster. She's a little bit uptight, a little bit unhinged, and lately a little bit more so. She seems to be the kind of drug supplier for the party so far, which is interesting. I wasn't sure that's where we were going to go, but now I have to manage my brother who's addicted to like three things. Two so far. So that's great. And, I'll go ahead and pass it off to he who cannot stop himself, Corey.
Hi, I'm Corey. I'm playing Falco. What's my character's name? Falco Hardsell Evans. That's right. He's a corporate exec, and he is so stoned out of his mind, he forgets who he is.
That was the character, huh?
Great pull through.
Great save.
Woo! He loves his stonks, and he loves his sister, even though he's exuberant and she is very, very non-emotional. But that's okay. He just got a message that somebody knows where his biological father is. He's adopted by Gas's family. But biological father, is it real? Is it a dirty prank? Do I have to shoot somebody? We're gonna find out. But first, Tarek, tell us about Elmanos.
How dirty is it? Oh, sorry. I am playing Elmanos, also known as Zadara. She is a netrunner extraordinaire, and last week almost got her tits ripped off by a goddamn cyber psycho. It was pretty brutal. Narrowly escaped some severe clawing, and was saved by the guards on the station. So that's fantastic. I'm still alive thanks to Gas's amazing medical work. And I don't know if I will ever. Huh?
Minor correction, you were actually saved by Steelheart, who gave you time to get away before the security team moved in.
True, and I will never hear the end of Steelheart saying, "I told you so." So to get things started, I'm throwing it over to Steelheart.
Hello, my name is Valkyrie. I play as Genevieve, also known as Steelheart. She's a resident tech expert and apparently the bodyguard for Elmanos, who, despite repeated insistence that it was a bad idea to fuck crazy, she went ahead and did it anyway.
We all know the phrase, never stick your dick in crazy. And, well,
YOLO.
Everyone always does.
They're literally called psychos.
You may not. She may have put up a good show, but she was not actually sane. Go ahead.
so
Look,
we'll
we
go
have fun
ahead and
here.
get started. It's now the next morning after all that excitement. And Falco, you still have the bliss affecting you, but everything else has already faded. You actually got good sleep and are still feeling pretty good when you wake up thanks to the bliss. It's great for dealing with the addiction withdrawals from other drugs.
Ooh. I gotta go to my sister's room and knock on the door.
I need more drugs.
Unless I am in my sister's room. I forget what room I was assigned. I think I was assigned... No, I was assigned the room with Elmanos and Steelheart. Yeah.
Yep. And it was Gas, Cardiac, and Dr. Young in the other
Yeah,
one.
that's right. That's right. Gotta go over to the other room. Gotta knock on the door.
And I'm pretty sure the main reason Gas and Steelheart were put in separate rooms is they both need workspace.
I gotta hit the chime. I gotta use the ring camera to announce my presence, and then a full
Exactly.
a full like body hologram appears of me going, "Let me in."
Still just in his boxers.
Why am I
Yeah.
just in my boxers?
Because you
Fucking
never
Gas-
said you got dressed before doing this. You just got up and immediately went over.
I would like to be dressed. Is that a possibility?
A lot of people would like things, but do they ever
A lot
do
of us
them?
would like you to be dressed.
So you hit the button, then go grab a bathrobe and throw that on real quick.
Sure.
So she like checks the camera first that Elmano set up, doesn't see anybody, just kind of looks confused and waits by the door for a little bit. And huh?
Yeah, he comes back pretty quick.
Hey, don't close the door! Don't close the door! Hey, hey, we got a problem.
We have many problems.
Well, this one's a little personal, and I think you'll want to know about this personal problem I'm having. It has nothing to do with all of this.
I do not have meds to help with the
I said it has nothing to do with all of this. Let me in.
All right.
All right. I pull out my agent. I go, check this out.
You see that he received a message with no return path at all on it. That has a older man that has some. Well, give me a perception notice on this part.
Sure.
Has an image. I'll describe after the roll, and two words under the image: still alive. Oh yeah, you see the family resemblance between the older man in the picture and Hard Cell.
So what do you think?
I think you should ask Elmanos about this. Especially if you want more information about who sent this.
You know, how much do we know about Elmanos?
Everything I have learned about Elmanos has been against my will.
Including her bra size.
Do I need to help you out here, sis? Is there something I can do for you?
She irritates me. I was very close to her last night with a scalpel.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. All right, well, here's my spicy take on Elmanos. Of all the people who know me, right, are close enough to me, who have this kind of skill, Elmanos is one of them. So if Elmanos is fucking with me, and I go to Elmanos to figure out who did this, so is there a way I can verify that Elmanos isn't behind it before I tromp all over to Elmanos and ask for this help that I need? I'm sorry if I'm being a little paranoid. Oh, pardon me?
What in the world could she possibly gain from punking you like this?
I don't know. But we're now fellow edge runners, and there's a little bit of politics in groups like these. Who controls who owes who. Things like this can happen in little groups like this. There's politics everywhere, sis. Not just in the corporate boardroom.
I simply don't see it. She seems paranoid, exceedingly.
Ah, well, that makes two of us. Okay.
What are you on?
Bliss? I think it's called Bliss.
Is does Gas know what Bliss is?
Roll a d10 for a rep check against Bliss. It is fairly new, so it hasn't gotten around a lot.
Does it help me at all that I am a med tech in pharmaceuticals?
Yes. So make it a d10 -2 for you.
Okay. Do I click the face down button? Is that what?
No, just do. Remember,
roll a
her rep checks are the one way it goes different.
-2.
You haven't heard of it by that name.
Okay, so I haven't heard of it.
Not by that name. If you check the actual chemical composition of it, you might recognize it under a different name.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what
Bliss is the street
exactly
name.
is
It's
that?
actually fentanyl.
Oh God.
Oh God, I can't breathe anymore.
Oh, good.
I will put a pen in your throat. Look. If it is Elmanos, or if you're worried about Elmanos sending this to you, you'll have to find another netrunner to tell you. Because if it is her, there's no way that I am going to be able to break any sort of encryption on whoever sent this. I don't even have the proper equipment with me. I'd have to take hers.
I just need a quick test, maybe a question or two I can ask Elmanos to make sure she's got nothing to do with this. Something
I could put her to sleep, tie her up, hold her at knife point, and demand an answer if that is what would make you satisfied.
I mean, I'm a little into it, but we gotta work with this person. Okay.
Can you work with them if you are worried that they are messing with you the entire time?
That's also a good point. But I've worked with a lot of people who don't like me very much and try to, mess with me while we're working together. It happens. It's the corporate world. That said, I don't like this at all. But wish there was trader say what kind of thing, and then she says what. And then I got that. I got it.
So
Look,
Gas
how
would
about
know about a
something-
cyber audio. Gas would know about a cyber audio thing that does truth detection based upon vocal structure.
I was just about to offer something else. So Gas says, look, if this is bothering you so much, maybe when I have the chance, I can look into if I can synthesize something.
Oh, I have a
Like
voice stress
a-
analyzer.
That's the one.
Yeah, voice stress analyzer, yep.
I have that.
Maybe I can synthesize something that will act as a sort of truth cocktail and slip it to her. And you can ask her whatever you want.
I love it. Let's do it. This is the perfect plan. Nothing could go wrong with this.
He says while snorting cocaine.
Meanwhile, Elmanos, you wake up to a message on your agent that also has no return path on it. That simply says, I found some information your friends might like. I already sent a teaser to Hard Cell. And the signature line just says T, which you know is the AI that you've partnered with. There's never a return path for a T.
I check its encryption protocol to make sure it's the same signature, and then I'll, as long as that like follows, I'll be like, oh. Well,
Exact same way of typing that T always does when doing text messages. Everything else matches up. It even includes the aspect that the T itself is encoded a little differently than the rest of it, so that really only on your phone is the T even visible. If it went to anybody else, never show up.
Well, this could be trouble, or this could be very useful. Guess we're gonna find out today. Oh, just slowly.
Yeah, you are still healing.
Yeah, slowly roll out of bed. Oh. Steel heart.
Come cuddle me.
Ring a little bell. Bing, 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 bing.
I'm right here. You don't have to be so dramatic.
Oh, I'm so glad you stayed. Could you bring me a cup of water?
Quick question.
I would do it for myself, but I'm so injured.
Quick out of character question. Would Steelheart know, like, if Elmanos should stay bedridden, or if Elmanos is fine enough?
Yeah, said one night's rest.
He's had Elmanos has had a night's rest with speed heal drugs and other things. And looking at them, all you see is red lines where there were deep wounds before.
Just this once.
Oh crap! I have to reload my Chrome is apparently dying.
Well, time for me to be gas or something.
How does
I don't know
Chrome
this is gonna
die?
change.
It's a resource hog, and it is now taking up stuff, and it's crashed, so I can't do anything on the screen.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Give me a second.
Now,
And now I'm Elmanos.
now Valkyrie is Elmanos.
Yeah, I'm surprised it only did
I'm
that.
back. Okay,
That's-
now it's
that-
working.
That's an easy fix. It looks like.
All right,
Yeah,
let's get you
well,
in the...
it's just Chrome is a resource hog, so it was eating a bunch of memory, and then it ran out, and now it's stuck.
I was
So I had to
mostly
reload
mentioning
the browser.
Sorry, I was mostly mentioning how you and I just switched spaces on the screen on the stream. So yep, there it goes.
Oh yeah. Nice.
To Elmanos' plea for water, Stuart, I suppose this once. Anything else you're going to have to get yourself.
You're so sweet.
Too sweet.
If I wasn't dying, I would do it myself.
Meanwhile, does Gas actually start making up a truth serum based upon an alteration of sodium pentothal?
Yeah.
Give me a pharmaceutical roll.
Can we get help from our other scientist lady that's in here? Can we get, like, an assistance?
Her response when you ask for that is she's a physicist, not a biochemist.
Biochemist.
Oh. Of course. Naturally, those are completely different things, and I knew that the entire. I was testing you.
Now, if you wanted me to design a artificial organ that you could implant that would inhibit somebody's lying aspect, I could do that, but it would take me about 6 months.
That's an interesting proposition. I will. Can I have your card?
I don't have a card currently because I have no real way to contact me at the moment.
Right. Well, we're gonna set you. I'd want. We'll keep in touch after all of this because that's something that could be useful down the line.
Now, if you wanted to give me your card, and then once I have contact info,
Give him my card. Once my card gets near her agent, it like downloads all the info right into it.
and with a 19 on that, it only takes you a couple hours to make a single dose.
Perfect.
Excellent. I will be her lab assistant.
So in that case, it takes 3 hours.
Get out of my way.
Oh, okay. Sorry? I don't know.
You keep sniffing the different chemicals, and that's slowing everything down.
I know, they smell so good. And Dr. Young, I mean, she also smells good. What's going on with
Everything
me?
smells so good.
Everything smells good to you right now, even the
You're rolling.
vitamin. And even when you sniff vitamin, you're going, that's not unpleasant. Vitamin is the chemical that makes vomit have its smell.
Interesting.
I may be slightly off, but that's at least close enough that people can look it up and see where I'm wrong and get it to it anyway.
They changed
So after a
our...
couple hours, so you're busy for a couple hours. Falco's busy for a couple hours doing that. So Steelheart and Elmanos. Steelheart going back with the water.
Tarek?
Yeah, Elmano opens up the video recordings like she does every morning. Check the activity log.
Other than a apparently staff member of the cruise ship coming by, seeing the do not disturb signs and just putting some little piece of paper on the door and moving on, nobody has really gone past your doors at all.
Okay.
Just an out-of-character note, Tarek, I know you gave me the HTML code to make our notes text white so we could read it better. With the latest update, our notes are no longer black. They're now white paper, and we can't read them again. So you might want to change that if you want to write notes to a style black instead of style white. May help you in the future. Okay, back to the roleplay. Sorry about that.
I can't click on any of those things. For some reason, it won't even let me click on notes.
It won't let you click on notes. That's the little open journal, the open book thing.
I know, it won't let me click on there. It'll only let me click on the first 4.
Ooh. Oh, there's a cipher in here. I forgot what this cipher was. James?
The cipher is if things go real bad. I forget what. I'm gonna check that actually because I do have that somewhere written down.
Let's see what my notes say about it. Absolutely nothing. Dang it.
Yeah, I think mine are the same of just like, hey, here's a cipher. Why do you need it? No idea. Anyway.
Well, this BTT hates me all of a sudden. So.
Cipher for when things go tits up.
Right. Tits up.
Yep. So Steelheart, you return with the water.
East.
Yeah, I'm checking the cameras, and then I immediately, once I'm done checking both the cameras' positions, I will call Steelheart over again and go, "Hey, so I got a note from somebody, and a bit worrying, but maybe it's gonna be helpful. Maybe it's a good thing."
What makes you worried?
I'm pretty sure it's from an AI I used to pal around with.
A dangerous one, or
I mean, what AI do you know that's not dangerous?
more dangerous than the rest, or is it
Well,
Steve?
the
To be honest, I
shackled
don't know.
ones, the shackled ones that work for megacorps are all fairly safe. It's the free ones like T that are an issue.
To be honest, I don't know how dangerous it is going to be, but it is an unshackled AI. But it did help me previously track down information about the AI that killed my family. So, you know,
So it has proven helpful, but it is still a risk.
yeah, it might be a severe risk. And the worrying part is that it seems to have taken an interest in me and all of us. And it sent me a message this morning saying that it has information that we might find interesting, and that it had already chosen to reach out to one of our members.
Did it mention which one it sent this message to? It was not me.
Oh no. Actually, now that I'm looking back on it, it doesn't actually specify which one.
So it would be Falco or Gas, most likely, or perhaps the doctor or Cardiac.
Someone in the other room. Yeah, for sure.
Do you want to go with me to ask?
Did you carry me there? You have such big, strong arms.
Saying this to the girl with what is it? Body? I mean, I suppose she has 8.
Body 6 is slightly above average, and one of your arms is a cyber arm.
I don't know why, Sealy. I imagine you picking me up like a cat that has been naughty and like from the scruff of
Right
my
by the
neck,
neck.
and then dragging me over there. Like, but yeah,
Whereas
no, no.
Almanos has a body of 4, which means perfectly average.
Yeah.
Steelheart will like offer out her metallic arm and just be like, "I will help you. I'll help guide you. I will not carry you entirely."
Oh, thank you. She stands up. She uses your hand to like stabilize herself, and then just starts walking out.
I
Perfectly fine.
Yeah. And then she stops, turns around, grabs her like coat, and then like her cyber deck, puts it on, and then zips up her suit, her bodysuit, and starts walking next door.
Steelheart follows.
All right,
Can't
so
take risks
everybody's
now that I
now
know that
crammed
there are
into the same
psycho
room.
police.
While some chemicals are bubbling away.
Ugh. What are you cooking?
She doesn't answer.
Good morning.
It smells disgusting in here.
You
Cardiac speaks up and goes, "Blame Hard Cell. He's the one who opened the bitumen."
I mean, they needed a man to unscrew the cap. Couldn't get it off otherwise.
Why the hell would you be uncapping vomit smell? I can't imagine what that would be useful for.
I just
The door
I just
behind you.
do what I'm
You
told.
would want the smell getting out.
Is there a
What
reason
did
he came
Gas
on
say?
by?
Yeah. I figured y'all would be interested in knowing whether or not I was dead or not.
Gas stands up and walks over to Steelheart. And Where? Let me see. Where was it?
Concern.
So she walks over.
Am I the only one who's having trouble hearing Sasha?
Sasha,
It
you're
did
gone.
suddenly go off
Like your microphone seems to be not
in the next
accurate.
room.
Yeah.
Hello. How's this?
Okay.
Much better.
Good. Continue.
Okay. So, Gas stands up, walks over to Elmanos, like reaches for Elmanos's shirt and just like yanks it up, and
Well, it's
like.
a bodysuit, so it's a full suit. all
Oh,
one
okay.
piece.
I didn't know what you're wearing.
I'm wearing a bodysuit.
Okay.
But you
I don't
could grab
even
the
know.
zipper and yank that down instead.
Then you know what? Then that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna yank the zipper. I'm gonna pull it down and like just start fussing and like trying to see the operation site.
At least buy me dinner first.
She just holds a finger up in Elmanos' face, like wordless.
Manos, you are the one who went against my advice and got almost eviscerated.
And then when she sees the like lines and sees that Elmanos hasn't managed to screw them up, she nods and says, "You're fine. You will not die."
For now.
Yeah, Manos, you're fine.
Yeah, thank you very much for this.
Manos, do you care to actually
And
share
then she
what we
leaves
came
the
in here to tell?
jumpsuit completely open.
Yep.
Oh,
And
yeah,
then
she's
she just
fine.
walks away and like lets you do whatever.
Look, Elmanos, I'm going to let you know a little secret. If we look worried, then shit is really bad. We're not worried because we know you got this. We know you pull through.
Well, I'm worried, so that should say something. Not about this, though. I got a message this morning, woke me up. And, yeah, let's just say I didn't need to take my morning fiber pills to get normal.
Oh, well. Is it from like an ex-girlfriend or something? Is it even worse than what happened to you last night? What's going on?
Probably with
So
some less.
I used to traipse around in some deep web areas that were, let's say, risky, like places to get involved with.
So yeah, you're buying drugs on the internet like you do.
Yeah, no, I was looking into experimental research on AI development in a few different companies, including Microsystems. And made a friend named T,
Short for Tyrannus.
who I later discovered was an unshackled AI.
Oh. Okay. How is that bad? It's an AI. It can't do anything.
AI can do a lot of things. An AI is the thing that ended up killing my family and an entire arcology.
Oh. They can do that?
Researchers that I used to be a part of, and barely made it out of that with my life.
How does an AI kill somebody? I know they can, like, take all your money and put it into, like, buy every single My Little Pony figure that's ever been made and have it delivered to your enemy. But other than that, I don't think it can, like, kill people.
Did you have all of your life savings spent on My Little Pony?
We're not talking about me here. We're talking about you.
Right. This is why you don't.
And your
click
dead
on,
parents.
You don't. This is why we don't click on links in a spam folder.
Right.
I know that now. Yeah. So T, they messaged me this morning. I hadn't heard from them in a couple of years. In fact, I was slowly starting to believe that I had a temporary lapse of mental stability and that I had completely made them up. But they sent me this message, and I like do a gesture with my hand, and on all of your agents or like cyber eyes, you see a link or like a message pop up, and it's the exact message that was sent to me.
Minus the T at the bottom.
So one of you got reached out to by this unshackled AI, and they
So,
are apparently reaching out to me now to inform me that they have taken an interest in us,
okay.
which could be good, or it could be very, 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 very bad.
So this is what I'm gonna ask you about this, because you piqued my interest here.
Oh yeah, unshackled AI, just
This AI, you said is your friend or not your friend, or you were being sarcastic in saying it's your friend. What was all that about? Did you like actually befriend an AI, or is this like?
I worked with the AI to uncover corporate espionage information on microsystems. Microsystems was building an AI platform that was ahead of the game when I was a kid. That AI took over Narcology's automated defense turrets and systems, including autonomous robots that were supposed to be guarding our researchers, and murdered everybody inside. I just
Wow.
happened to survive by the skin of my teeth as a kid, hiding out in vents for 3 weeks until the government showed up and killed all the robots.
I pull off my glasses. Hermanos.
I've been trying to get evidence and proof that this happened for years.
Hermanos. Are you messing with me right now on this?
Yeah, of course I am. Anyway, the AI helped me, but I mean, it's an AI. You can't know its intentions or its desires. There's no way to know whether this thing's going to be legitimately helpful or if it's going to literally want to peel the skin off of all of our bodies and make puppets out of us.
I look at
Interesting.
Gas and I'm like, what do we do with this?
I'm just saying, if it reached out to you, be wary. Don't go giving it all of your banking information. It might steal all your money and send a bunch of My Little Unicorn statues to your enemies.
Right.
Again.
Okay. So how do you fight an evil AI? Do you?
Well, I don't know if it's evil yet. That's the thing. Maybe it wants to help.
You
Genuinely.
just said it killed your
Maybe-
entire family.
No. There was another AI that killed my entire family,
Okay.
and the AIT helped me to uncover documents that would help me to, like, find evidence of microsystems involvement.
Right.
Gas like sits down on a chair, like puts her elbow on the table, leans back, looks at Elmanos and says, "So would you describe your relationship with your parents as being poor?"
I would describe it as being non-existent. They're dead.
Mm-hmm. And how would you say that has affected you?
It's made me a tough person. And untrusting. And willing to kill.
SH, what? You've known Elmanos for a long time. What do you got to say about all this?
Well, I may not know every detail about her past, but I believe her. AIs are not exactly predictable. They are often ruthless. And if what she says is true, then she found one of the few. The ones who are not as ruthless. They are seemingly this tea is helpful.
We can hope. We can hope that all they want to do genuinely is help us to uncover some truth we wouldn't have been able to uncover ourselves. That could be somebody trying to reach out and help somebody track down the secrets of their past, let's say, like they did with me. Or it could be that they're setting you up to go trigger a series of events that will lead to some kind of local apocalypse. I can't be sure.
Have you ingested any foreign substances in the last 48 hours?
None except for the ones that you shoved down my throat last night. I pretty much fell asleep immediately after that. Speaking of, what were those?
That's for the best, unless you particularly enjoy pain.
Wait a minute. Gas. Those pain meds you gave Elmanos last night, would those make her coherent, or would those just, like, put her out for the entire time?
I just said I went to sleep immediately after the surgery.
No, I'm not. I'm talking to my sister.
GM. I have no idea.
I did
They were knockouts because
Okay.
you wanted
With surgery.
You
So
stated
what
you
you're
wanted
saying-
Elmanos unconscious while you were digging around in guts doing sutures and shit.
So what
Yeah,
you're
okay.
saying is there's no way that Elmanos could have done anything last night.
Aside from everything she did, she passed out. I've kept watch over her as long as I could stay awake.
Aside
You
from
see-
running around barefoot down the hallways of the cruise ship, yeah, I mean, after
This
that...
changes everything. All right
This changes
then.
nothing. We are still having the same conversation. We are still trying to tell you about tea, and you seem very confused right now.
I am very
Gas
confused.
taps her chin and says,
Unless she set up a program to do it ahead of time.
and she smiles deviously, like knowing that she's making the problem worse.
All right. Back to plan A.
Steelheart would like to roll. Was it human psychology?
Human perception?
Human perception. Thank you. I just need to figure out.
Trying to
where.
figure out what kind of scheme they're running here.
Yeah, no, just like what is going on?
And hard sell at this moment, I need you to also be making a resist torture drugs as the bliss finally ends.
Sure.
I rolled a 14 on human perception. I don't know if the players need a roll or if that's a DC set by the.
Gas isn't really trying to hide anything, but you can tell that she's being like maybe mischievous. Like she's trying to cause trouble at this moment.
All right.
What kind of trouble, you're not exactly sure, just from her.
Right. First off, for hard sell with a 10, you have minor shakes in your hands right now. So it means that for the next 4 hours, you are effectively -1 reflex.
Okay.
And you no longer feel happy. You feel empty. You don't feel depressed. You haven't gone full swing. You've rolled well enough to avoid that. But you are just kind of flat now,
All right.
emotionally. And as far as human perception rolls go, Steelheart, yeah, Gas is just screwing with people. Well, but
And how about
everybody
Hard?
else is pretty much laying it out there. And Elmanos, you're pretty sure Gas is fucking with you right now, a bit, but you're not quite sure what's going on with Hard Sell.
Because I don't really get what's going on and I see that she's fucking with me, I just go, yeah, I have been known to write algorithms in my sleep sometimes.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. Do you see, Falco?
Hadza, what is going on? Why are you?
Wait, can Cyberdex do that?
It's all about virtuality.
Especially if you have an AI friend.
Just
She was okay. What is
I
going
mean,
on?
technically, all of you have an AI friend.
don't have an AI. I don't.
Oh,
I've
really?
never met an AI.
Oh,
Steelheart
really?
over here just losing her
That's
mind.
very believable. I go, hey Siri, and then or the equivalent, and then everybody's phone like turns on. I say plausible story.
Well, yours picks up because they are trained to be specific to the voice of their owner.
Damn it.
That's just an agent. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, your agent has an AI in it.
Does it?
Yes.
Well, sort of a half AI known as a daemon, Deamon.
That's what I'm like.
DAE.
I'm like, that's not an
Daemon.
AI. That's a daemon.
Well, it's an AI. It feeds it all that information back to its home node. That home node processes the information using an AI, and then they spit it back to your daemon.
Look, no, this is a retina display, and that's a dynamic island, and that's. And I just use all the corporate buzzwords instead of what they actually are. I just.
Yeah, sure. And the marketing has successfully worked. Just listen. If you get any more messages from T, first off, use this. I send out another message that has like an encryption protocol. Load that into your phone, your agent. Just double click on it, have it run.
I look directly at Gas like
And-
this is
and
it.
Honest,
This is the scam. This is the scam.
I'm honest. Would you like to inform us as to what it does exactly?
Yeah, it will decrypt the messages that you get from any source. And if there's any additional data, it will warn you ahead of time. Otherwise, it will just process any extra characters that aren't normally available to Unicode and display them safely onto your device. So if you see the message I sent y'all, all of your agents don't have this code. So it shows without a signature. But if you look at it on my agent, as I pull up the message and show you the agent, it says T at the very bottom. That's a special character. As you can see, it's a completely different font set than the rest of the message. That's because it's an encrypted and encoded message.
Steelheart just goes ahead and does that, like runs the program on her that Elmano sent.
You'll see the signature pop up on your phone now.
Now, when you go back to look at the message, yep, there's now a T at the bottom of it.
I know I may seem biased because I'm her friend and all, but it works for me.
I mean, this is what you pay me for. What are you talking about? I'm just trying to help you people.
Look, man. I'm gonna level with you. I did get a strange message last night. And I'm like, the only person who could pull off such a strange message that I know that's in my circle is you. And then you come in this morning and make up some cockamamie AI story at me to get me to open something on my phone.
Polymer, remember, emotions are flat.
Sorry. And then I gotta make. Hold on. I gotta change my personality for a second, guys.
Cockamamie.
And then you come in and you want me to open a program on my phone. Now,
If you want, you can.
how am I supposed to feel about that? Right now, nothing. I feel
Have you been on
nothing.
drugs again?
Maybe that's a sign
Yes.
that you should listen to me. You're the one who hired me to do this job and protect all of your communications.
Right.
Cass, are you? Go ahead.
No, please tell me what's going on. I would like to know.
Gas, would you like to run the program on your own agents?
I'll consider it.
Just to convince Hard Cell here. More or less. I know I'm biased, and I will willingly admit that, but I had doubts. Manos has altered my agents very significantly compared to the rest of yours.
If I really wanted to do something malicious to your agent, I would just do it. I don't need your permission to have you open up a file in order to corrupt your device. I can just do that from the home node here. You're connected to the Wi-Fi, aren't you?
Wait, hold on. But you just said don't open anything. That's how they get access to you, is if you get something and you open it.
Yeah, you shouldn't do that because that's called phishing. They're
But
phishing for data they don't have.
you're saying you can do that anyways without that.
Well, yeah, I could get onto your phone and then put like some kind of keylogger system in there so that anything you write or text to anybody that you want, that you go into, or any passwords that you might enter, or any like bank account numbers get routed back to me or something.
How about
But
this? If you
I couldn't
can
get
really
information
do
that
that,
you weren't willing to provide.
if you can really do that, then do it and open the program you gave me on my agent.
Okay, I log into the network and then I start hacking his phone. Door. So I think that's good enough to backdoor into his cell phone. And then
James?
Yep.
Okay.
That's enough
And
to at
then-
least get in, but to access or control anything, you'll need a control roll.
yep. Here's my control check.
All right. Yep. You got 90% control. There's a few locked files that you can't get to, but otherwise, yeah, it's open door.
Why would you encrypt a hidden photo file? I don't even want to know. Start loading the program on your phone.
Oh.
It's
look
one of
at
those
that.
calculator apps.
Yeah.
It's fake.
You know what the locked photos are that you can't see? Are just times I accidentally took screenshots of my home screen.
Yeah, there's just like a bunch of them.
Or like those when you're looking at a selfie
That's way too.
camera and then you screenshot the selfie and you're all like,
Yeah, all the ugly files that you want to
Yeah.
get rid of.
Plus a few that were contact info of certain people with their picture with it so that you could get access to his drugs again.
So, I guess you're right.
But yeah,
I guess you could have accessed my phone at any time. My agent whenever you wanted. Okay, well,
and
sure. Hey, check this out
And,
then.
and hard sell, the message that has your father's picture on it, now there's a T, but in front of the T has a whole message saying your friendly neighborhood T.
My friendly neighborhood tea. Hey man, check this out, and I'll show you the message. Your friend T did send me something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was it? Oh,
So this guy,
wait.
I think, your friendly neighborhood T here thinks he knows where my my biological father is.
Huh. So you didn't know who your father was?
I do know who my father was, but
What
he was supposed to
who
be
is-
dead.
Oh. Oh.
Right. So now you see why I think someone is messing with me. So I apologize to you, Hermanos. I really do. But when someone tries to mess with me through my family, I mean, I get real suspicious of everyone, especially those closest to me. That's just not, it's not good. I don't like that.
So just hear me out real quick. What if your father isn't actually dead?
Why would you say that?
Because T helped me uncover a lot of information about the arcology and who was behind the interest there, the board of directors, and what they got out of the test that was being run by unleashing their AI inside the facility. That supposedly was all, well, from what I have uncovered, was all part of the plan. They unleashed it to test their AI on whether it would be sufficiently vicious enough to be unleashed in war. And it proceeded to act exactly as they wanted it to. And if it was able to uncover that kind of information about my family and my past, I mean, let's just say it has a pretty good track record of pulling up information. It could be wrong.
You
But it'd
just
be
went
worth
through this
a
entire
shot.
speech of how we shouldn't trust an AI. Then you went through an entire speech about how you weren't messing with us. Then I tell you, specifically, somebody is messing with me about my father and him being alive, and now you change tact, and you want me to just believe it.
I didn't say believe it. I said what if, and would that information be valuable enough for you to actually look into?
Is
If
there
you are
any...
100% convinced that
Look,
this is fake, well,
I
then it's
don't
fake.
know what's
Don't give it
going
another
on,
thought.
and I feel nothing about this. I'm gonna go think about it. I need to get dressed.
Do you think your AI friend could check
Yeah.
in on my snake?
I was gonna ask if there was a reason you were standing here in your boxers.
I walk out the door. I'm gonna go get dressed.
I mean, you have nice legs.
All right, so this is the morning stuff. What do you guys want to do for the afternoon? Oh, and Gas, you can write down that you now have a dose of a truth serum.
I don't know how
Mostly
I'm
it just
supposed
makes
to act.
people babble endlessly.
I apologize, James. I don't know how I'm supposed to act flat and emotionless when it has to do with things that are very emotional to my character.
I know, it
it's
is hard to
super
do.
counter to everything. Like the entire.
I know, but your character can feel some mild frustration with the way he's feeling and desire to grab another dose of bliss just so you can be feeling again.
Oh,
You do have another dose sitting in your room.
I do. I gotta give it to Gas though, so she can synthesize it.
Yeah, but it's looking awfully good to you right now. I think that's going to
Ah.
require a resist torture drugs at the
Well,
moment
then
to
I'm
not
gonna
take it.
fail that.
This is the problem with having a weak will.
Okay, I'll say at this point, it's one of those that you're going, well, maybe just a half dose. Maybe I just tear the patch in half, give half to Gas, take the other half.
I
Maybe
guess.
no, that's a bad
He
idea.
doesn't
That's a
need
bad
a
idea.
full patch. Come on.
So you'll walk back in still holding it in hand. Because I've had that a few times with these damn things and going, I shouldn't have one right now. But I can't put it down either.
Yeah. It
Anyway,
gets worse when it's the worst when you're addicted to something and then you like are telling yourself you're not going to take it for the whole time, and then like halfway through the day you realize you took it 4 hours ago and now you're feeding for the next hit and you're like, fuck, I don't even remember taking it.
Mm-hmm.
Me with Baby Bell cheese.
Yes.
It's okay,
Is it crazy
guys.
that that's exactly what I was thinking about?
It's
Just coming into the kitchen at 4 a.m. and Sasha's just there like a
Eating
like,
cheese
yeah,
like a fiend.
like a
So
demon.
I'm gonna start with Elmanos. What are you doing in the afternoons?
Elmanos is going to be I'm on bed rest or as close to it as possible to try to finish up my recoveries. So to not take it too hard, I think Elmanos is going to be resting and going through the scanner that she set up previously and listening in to see if there's any weird like call-outs from that. Or actually, she'll start checking that encryption. She had a decryption program going on that channel that was really fuzzy. So I'm going to see what the hell's going on with that.
Okay, yeah, I remember that role was pretty decent, but you weren't going to get immediate results.
Yeah, it was going to take a few days, you said, of the program running.
Yeah, at this point, about half the encryption, decryption is done. So you can get the occasional word out of it, but nothing that fully makes sense yet.
Okay.
But you at least can identify that it's in French.
Oh. I'll continue to be basically tuning and experimenting with different audio channels to see if I can get it to work better. And then like writing down notes on the words that I hear so I can go to Steelheart later and get her to translate words that I've found so far. Because I do not know French.
All right. And
But I'm gonna
Steelheart.
be playing with that for a while.
All right. Yeah. That's definitely a full afternoon's work. So what are you doing, Steelheart, for the afternoon?
I'm looking at all my stuff, and I feel like I can't actually upgrade any of it or anything like that. So, well, afternoon. She'd order room service and just tinker with things and keep an eye on Elmanos and make sure A, she doesn't get herself into trouble, and B, actually gets rest.
Well, it's one of those that watching you're tinkering with stuff, watching whatever's on the TV that interests you, and occasionally glancing over, and at some point, Elvanos has jacked into something and is getting perfectly physical rest.
Quick question. I feel like the answer is no, but is there, so I have handcuffs. Is it possible to increase so it says body greater than 10 can break. Is it possible to increase that by 1 or anything?
Like the tensile strength of it?
Yeah. I feel like the answer is probably no, but...
Yeah, the answer is no, because that's more a material science aspect of it, and or engineering from the get-go with handcuffs.
Maybe you could find an alternative or like make an alternative.
Yeah, I was about to ask that next. Like, might I have supplies to make handcuff-esque things at least?
Not currently.
Like zip ties?
I wouldn't say you have the spare parts for making like cuffs instead of handcuffs, if you get the difference.
Yeah. And yeah, I don't think I have anything. I'm gonna look through the items, but you can move on for me.
What does Gas do for the afternoon?
That's a great question. I'm actually not sure. Part of me, speaking from an out of character perspective of like what I want to have her do, like I'm wondering if the cyber psycho is alone. Like she attacked somebody and then kind of buzzed off. We don't know if she was caught or anything. Have we like gotten any updates on that? Were there any announcements?
Yeah, there was that announcement last night that said there was an issue and the suspect was neutralized.
Neutralized. Okay.
That means that they're dead.
Okay. Well, Gas is still paranoid enough to know that, like, if it was a psycho, definitely might have been running alone, but there's also a chance that there could be someone else after them. So she's just going to text. She's going to use her agent, and she's going to send a text to Elmanos that says, do you think your attack was an isolated incident, or should we be worried? Question mark. That's it. Outside of that, Gas might go and like, what kind of access to entertainment do we have in terms of like, we have access to the internet? Is there like a television or anything inside of the like the suite?
Yeah, there is a television, and there's also radio there, and as built into the cabinets. There's your phone there for entertainment as well in room. And going through the drawers, there's the standard Gutenberg Bible in there,
Okay,
as well
for
as a
now-
deck of cards.
For now, Gas is basically going to order. Do they have like this is like a luxury space recliner? Do they have real fruit?
Yes.
Okay, she's going to order like room service and have like several varieties of fruits to be brought in.
One fruit basket on its way.
Perfect. And once the fruit arrives, instead of eating it, she's going to start practicing different types of suturing on the fruit flesh.
Okay.
Bananas are a good choice for that.
And Hard Sell, what are you doing for the afternoon?
Got a couple things I gotta do there, boss. 1 second. you
Not
can't
hearing a
hear me.
thing you're saying.
I know you can't. It's all right.
We can't hear you, Corey.
Hey there, folks. How you doing? I got a couple things that I'm doing. I was chomping on some chips, and I just didn't want anybody to be disturbed by that. Thing number one, I gotta deliver the sample of Bliss to my sister, so she knows what I'm on. She asked for it, she wanted to know, so I'm gonna give it to her.
All right.
Second thing I gotta do, I got a bunch of corporate espionage from Dr. Young's last place of business. A bunch of hard files, a bunch of stuff on hard disk, or not a hard disk, but whatever storage devices they use in the near future.
Floppy drive.
Back to floppy we go.
USB floppy drive.
It's all on laser disk. You know it's from the future because
Yeah.
it's made of lasers.
Well, it most of the storage technology now is crystal based, so yeah, it is laser.
Anyways, I gotta check that kind of stuff out, and I need to make some rolls on whether I can use this stuff or not, right?
Yeah, and depending upon what you're deciding to look for in it would determine what skill roll you'll be making with it. If you're just trying to suss out business connections and deals they're doing and things like that, that might be in these records, that would be business.
Got business.
If you're trying to follow the money, that would be accounting.
I got accounting.
I mean, if you're trying to actually do a true deep dive, you might have to do some cryptography to get through the encryption on some of these things.
I'm not great at cryptography. I'm better at that.
And of course, library search helps with going through the data just for a general overview.
So, yeah, I'm gonna look at like all the business connections and things like that, that sort of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do that. I'm good at business. Let's make a business.
Let's make a business.
Okay, with that roll, well, you find out that Norcross Holdings is actually a subsidiary of Biotechnica, but that was very well hidden in these files. But you found some references here and there, and it adds up to, yeah, Norcross is owned by Biotechnica.
Okay, how is that information useful?
Well, that lets you know who you're dealing with it. You also, if you handed some of this to the right netrunners, might have a back door into Biotechnica's files.
Cool. Excellent. Okay, so when I go see my sister and I give her the bliss, I'll come on in and I'll say, one moment.
She's suturing fruit.
Hey, I got something for
The
you.
pineapple is very difficult.
Hey,
Orange. She's working on an orange.
Orange
That's-
is moderate
Aren't you
difficulty.
glad
A
I
plum's
didn't
easy.
say banana?
you know, I don't want to.
You know, orange skin is actually supposed to be very similar to human skin in terms of.
Mhm. It's why they train diabetics on oranges how to inject their insulin.
Exactly.
Hey, I see you're doing something to an orange there. You, what do you know about biotechnica? You're a bio nerd.
You're a biotechnica.
James, I think Biotechnica. I have something with Biotechnica, but for some reason I can't remember.
Let me pull up Discord because I think it might be in one of the pinned messages for us.
I thought so, but I can't find it in my life path. But I know that there's something about Biotechnica. I just don't.
And I'm gonna give eyes also
No,
to.
doesn't say anything in the pinned thing. Your day job's with Trauma Team, and you like Kiroshi Optics and hate Kang Tao.
Can
So
tell.
there's
Okay.
nothing there. But I think you might be thinking of that because I did mention Biotechnica a lot to you during character creation.
I thought it was because my Gas's family works with Biotechnica.
That's what I was gonna ask. Like, aren't we?
It's BioLife that is
BioLife.
your family's
Okay,
company.
That's why. That's why.
That's
I
who
was,
we're all employed by, correct?
Very
Biotechnica
Yeah,
is the
we're all hired by
biggest
BioLife.
name in genetic engineering, restoring extinct species. They own about 80% of the Amazon rainforest outright and use it as a nature preserve. And and they're also known for pretty much anything involving basic medical aspects, drugs, surgery, tools, things like that. Biotechnica is a major player in all of that.
So
If it's
Okay.
anything to do with the biosciences, Biotechnica's at least got a thumb in it.
While I say this to Gas, behind my mirror shades, I'm looking directly actually. While my nose is at Gas, my eyes are at Dr. Young to see if she gives any recognition or flinching, and I'll make a human perception check on her.
Okay.
They are cutting edge in almost everything. Why?
She does kind of glance over when you mention Biotechnica, but has kind of a look on her face, like she doesn't like them.
Well, the company that Dr. Young was working for is actually a shell company for Biotechnica.
And
Which-
at which point Young just goes, fuck.
Which means that if someone's
Which
going to
means you
come...
just pissed off Biotechnica.
We pissed off Biotechnica. We might have. In which case, there's going to be a lot more resources than we thought maybe coming our way. It could be way more dangerous.
Let's see. Oh yeah, it was Hard Cell, Gas, and Hermanos that actually made the rep rolls on the Psychopath.
Look,
Can't remember who rolled the lowest amongst you though.
I have a
That's been a
bunch of
while.
metadata here that can trace a few things through the information superhighway, and this would be very important to Almanos. But I don't want to ask. I mean, I accused her of stuff, and I feel awkward asking her if you could.
You did do that.
Yeah, I did.
We did do that. That the way she said it so,
to
like,
be honest,
monotonously.
with you, I'm using this stuff, and this is here. You want to know what I was on? This is the stuff. This is bliss.
She doesn't touch it. She reaches on, snaps on a glove, then touches it.
Right. It was Gas that actually knew that Psycho, as an edge runner, worked pretty much exclusively for Biotechnica.
Ah, okay. So, she like scooches over back to her little workstation. Starts to I imagine that there's some sort of like little handheld device that comes with the med scanner that lets you put a sample of the drug on it, run a program, spits out a bunch of chemical compounds, and then you can
And then you
identify
roll a pharmaceutical to understand it.
exactly. So I'll work on that. And while the machine is thinking, she says, "Come to think of it, that Psycho, well, her whenever she came in, I treated her a few times. Let's just say, Biotechnica was always footing the bill.
Wait, Biotechnica has sick ass DJs on their payroll? That's hilarious.
Apparently,
And that was the moment that Hartzell knew he was in the wrong field. He chose the wrong company.
We gotta talk to your dad and get some sick ass DJs on our payroll too. We can't be outshined by Biotechnica.
Like, I didn't choose the DJ life. The DJ life chose me. Okay.
BioLife is a multi-state corporation. Biotechnica is a multinational.
Yeah, I know.
A little different scale there.
I understand that. But I mean,
He's kind of bitching.
yeah,
But
exactly.
the music in my heart tells me that I must dance.
Must dance. We must do that thing where Elon Musk introduces his new robot on stage.
And for some reason, it looks exactly like Mark Zuckerberg.
No, do you not remember when he introduced a
No,
robot?
I do. I just wanted to make the joke about Zuckerberg being a robot.
It's just some dude in a stupid costume doing the robot. Nothing against like actors being paid for their work and stuff like that, but
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the dancer involved in that is laughing at it too.
I hope so. I hope they never reveal who he is either. Like,
Yeah, laughing all the way to the bank.
you do you, Mr. Robot. I love you. Hate Elon Musk. Love his employees.
well, I got a 12.
Okay, yeah. And with that, you also recognize the drug as well. It's one your father's company initially were developing as a treatment for addiction and PTSD, but it was too effective, and your family didn't actually produce it. Somebody in your company leaked this drug to the streets. So somebody in your company's got a little sideline going on involving this drug.
Ah. Yeah, that goes in the notes. That's something that I need to write down too.
Yep, I was just writing that down. So, Gas, she pulls out like a pair of glasses, puts them on, starts to type a little bit on her agent, pulls up like some records, starts leafing through them, and she says, "That's odd. It's very odd."
What's odd?
The only real difference is the purity of it is about 10% purer than what your company originally did.
Is there like
So it's stronger.
Yeah.
is there like something weird in there that's not supposed to be in there?
Well, it's drugs, dear brother. But the strange thing is that, well, this is something that our father was working on initially, before I left the company. I recognized the chemical compound.
Oh, what's it called?
What was the
About
Working
15
for it.
seconds of scientific gibberish as far as hard sell is concerned.
All right, there you go.
But I'm gonna look that up, in in whatever company records I can find to see what that shit was and what was going on with it as well, so I can get the information too.
They
Okay,
dropped
give
it as
me-
a project, so someone must have leaked it.
You
Sold
can
it
give
on the
me a
side.
library search, hard sell.
Okay, that's a skill library.
Library
library
search. Yep.
Ah,
Can I
library
do one as well?
Yeah, since you're also looking through the records.
search.
All right. First, for hard sell, all you find on it is that it was a discontinued attempt at a PTSD and addiction drug. It was supposed to help ease people off of being addicted to things and help therapists deal with people who have PTSD. But it was shuttered like 10 years ago and never even was sent to trials because everything showed it was too effective at certain aspects.
Yeah, you can't pump people for money if you actually cure the problem.
Funny enough, this should actually be a 21. It didn't add the mod in that I get from my agent to library search
Okay.
for some reason.
And for you, you not only find that it was a shuttered program, you see who the specific doctor was. Wasn't your father, but it's the guy who's now the technology officer for the company.
Oh yeah, I have a +2 to the search too. I think no,
I
that's
don't remember what the C-level title actually is
It's
for
CTO.
a technology officer, the person who helps.
CTO,
CTO, okay.
Chief
Hey.
Technology Officer.
All right. But back then, when they were doing this drug, making this drug, they were just a researcher in the company. But in the past, 5 years or so, they've managed to get promoted all the way up to being the CTO. Steelheart, if you're talking, you're muted.
Talking to myself, sorry.
Okay. Just
Trying
saw
to
the
keep
lips
this-
moving and wanted to make sure we didn't miss something from you.
Yeah, no, anyone who can read my lips is going to just be cackling by how much I'm swearing to myself.
Well, feel free to leave that on open mic.
But then you
We're
guys are
past
going to
the
be having
30-second ban. We're past the first few minute ban that YouTube does.
But then people won't get to hear your story because I'm just sitting here like, wait, shit. What was that thing again? Was my restriction?
So, well, we got a scumbag in the company that's stealing our money. So I'll figure who that is later. Just another thing we have to deal with over getting Miss Young to her dad, figuring out this AI problem, and dodging cyber psychos.
Exciting.
From Biotechnica. I'm gonna give this metadata to Elmanos. So wait, I'll just do it. I'll give the metadata to Elmanos and
All right.
see how that
Have
works out.
fun.
Go back into my
Well,
room.
you go to give it to El Manos and find plugged in and not currently conscious to reality.
Hello, Hudson.
Hello.
Steelheart is there, conscious and curious as to why you walked in.
Well, this is my room too.
This is his room.
Oh yeah, fair. Ignore that. I completely forgot details.
Still curious.
Why are you here? I sleep here.
You're supposed to be sleeping in the room down the hall. Wait, no.
with the with the little with the sluts with the bimbos.
With the company you had.
Steelheart. I
I
got.
was sent her a message.
Pardon?
I was sent her a message. You seem to need her.
Oh yeah, yeah. We stole Miss Young not just from this little dinky company we thought it was, but from Biotechnica.
#1 employer in France.
That is going to make things complicated. I am. Would Elmanos be able to receive, like, get a notification from their agent?
Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah. Elmanos just get.
Unless Elmanos is in, there is one possibility you think of where Elmanos might not get the message immediately, and that's if they're playing Elf Life online.
Yeah. Then I have Do Not Disturb mode turned on.
So that you can pay attention to the pixels.
Why would
Yeah.
you play that? Why would you play that, Almanos? If you die in the game, you die in real life.
I know. I don't know why, but when you said #1 employer in France, I just had this like very vivid image of Steelheart being like, "Well, this is going to complicate things. Cox gun for the motherland." I don't know why, but just like
Viva la France!
Viva la France!
That would be one way to solve them coming after your ass.
Just become public enemy #1 in France.
Yeah. Oh god.
Yeah, Elmanos is gonna get like 5 messages saying, "Get out now." I mean, right now. Like, there's no hesitation between these. Like, it's like. And
Well,
the last one
There's
is,
just typos.
if you're playing that game, I am going to stab you in the knee.
Well, with the way time dilation occurs with being online, its first message pops up, then for Elmanos' perception, it doesn't respond. You're just sending them back to back. As soon as you finish typing, you hit send. You
Yes.
type and send, type and send. But for Elmanos, it's blink, blink,
So
and she waits until like the 5th or 6th.
Yeah, for sure.
She knows
until
to
the one
expect-
that's
if
starting
it's
to
really
Gotta get
threaten
my
bodily
yada yada out
harm.
first.
If it's really important, she'll threaten to hurt me. Yep, there it is.
Okay. All right. Now.
I don't want
now
more
I got
stitches.
you. Jesus Christ. Okay. She slowly comes out of her kind of pseudo VR state and unplugs from the back of her neural jacks.
Interface plug. Yep.
Yeah, her interface plug, and it's like, all right, what is it? What's so important that it couldn't wait?
Biotechnica. Seems like Dr. Young is. The company we got Dr. Young from is a subsidiary,
Okay.
you said?
Yeah, a holding company. Yeah, they own that company.
Biotechnica is big deal.
So,
We likely have a lot of heat on our tails.
Your little DJ friend that you had a scuffle with last night also works for Biotechnica.
oh,
Yeah, they have a lot more resources than this little company that we thought we stole Mrs. Young from. But we're dealing with some big boys. I got some metadata if you want to track it down.
yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
Okay, here you go.
Here, hand it over.
I hand the stuff over that James said could be traced or hacked or whatever it was.
Communication protocols between Norcross and Biotechnica.
So cryptography to decrypt them.
Well, in their current state, you could just use them with your already passcode to get into Norcross systems. Use it to piggyback right into Biotechnica, as
Okay.
if you were legit communication from Norcross.
Let's do it.
That at least get you past their firewalls and into their data center. At least the
Right.
one Norcross communicates with.
This is probably going to take me a little bit, but if I find any information, I'll send it your way.
All right. What else do we gotta... Steelheart, what are you doing?
Looking after this one.
Oh. You want to go to lunch?
I ordered food to make sure he does not
Oh.
get up to anything.
Well,
If you wish
Bring
to
me
eat
back a
here, you are
Reuben.
welcome.
I don't want to stay in my room all day.
You want to go out into the living room?
I want to go out where it's dangerous, but I don't want to go out alone. And also,
Yes.
like, if this is Biotechnica, well, going out and scouting around to see what's out there and what's watching us might be a good idea, rather than holing up in here where we can't see outside of our surroundings. You know?
Turns to Almanos. Are you going to stay bedbound the entire day?
I mean, I'm probably going to be here decrypting this stuff for a while, listening in on communications. I mean,
Fine,
not glamorous work, but
I can come with.
Excellent. You won't regret it. There's a giant pool. You want to go swimming?
They have very expensive swimsuits, and I did not bring any clothes for it.
That never stopped me. But we'll do something
ain't-
else.
I totally thought you were going to say skinny dipping it is.
I get out my my carousing tie, put that on. And we'll go around, we'll get like some lunch or something. We'll talk around and watch people and what's happening in this thing ever since, there was a big psycho alarm that went off. See what's going on, talk to some people, get information. Do that for the evening, because we did our afternoon
Cyber
thing.
alarms activated.
That's my evening plan.
Yeah, that's what Steelheart's going to be doing, is looking after Falco now, and went from babysitting one of her party members to another party member.
You're not babysitting anything. We're gathering information.
Babysitting, got it.
All right. Well, the first bit of information you're able to get is as soon as you open the door, a piece of paper is stuck to it.
Ooh, piece of paper.
And it's basically a message from the staff of the ship that says, "We apologize for the cyber psycho incident last night, right? But the situation has been handled. Oh, there is a voucher at the bottom for for your group, 6 free drinks."
Ooh, I could
And,
use 6 drinks.
Don't we
Basically,
already
it's
have...
one for each person in the rooms. And it does also go on to say that while the cyber psycho threat has been neutralized, as first class is now under heavier security. Please avoid the area.
All right.
Quick question: weren't our drinks already covered, or is it specific drinks? Like,
It's one of those that if you got it for room service, it's covered. But at the club, you had to pay.
gotcha.
And if you're out at the cabanas or at the sauna or anything else like that, yeah, you'll have to pay for the drinks there.
Gotcha.
I'll grab the coupon, and I 100% say I could use 6 drinks.
I think we should leave at least 1 or 2 for
If you
Manos.
insist, Gas ain't gonna drink hers.
and Manos might drink hers.
All right.
You have never seen Gas party, but you heard that she does. Like, you've heard the rumors. She just refuses to go with you. Like, she's very professional,
I think we have
and she
different.
doesn't.
We have
I
different
also have
crowds.
to,
We have different
I
crowds.
also have to point out real quick, Sasha, that when you first came back on camera, you were giving very strong Sarah Connor vibes.
I don't know what that means.
Don't worry about it.
Taryn,
Isn't she the main character?
I'm
from-
ashamed of you for not showing her Terminator.
No, guys, no. If you know, you know. If you don't, it's okay. It's fine. We move
We'll
on.
talk about this in 15 minutes when this session is over.
All right, so that means that based upon what you said, you're probably around here with these two characters.
Ooh, where are we going?
Because you said poolside.
Sure.
And now I'm going to fast forward us to 9 p.m. Because most of what Steelheart and Falco are hearing is just random gossip bullshit that doesn't mean anything to you guys.
Fair enough.
But since the two of you are outside and there are angles you can see off of the ship from, could both of you give me awareness notice rolls? It's now around 9 p.m.
Notice is not. Awareness is.
Perception, awareness notice, it
Perception.
changed and I'm still using the old term.
I just took off my lab coat because I was getting hot.
1960.
Warm as fuck.
Falco does not actually notice this, but Steelheart does. Steelheart, what you notice is that while there's been, throughout the entire flight, there's been gyroscopters, helicopters, a few small pleasure cruise AVs flying around and waving at people on the ship and things like that. There's 2 gray AVs that are just currently considered technically outside of threat range for the ship and just kind of circling.
AV means
Aerodyne vehicle, vectored thrust to maintain lift for a brick.
gotcha. So it looks like a. It's not exactly transport.
It is a transport. It's basically a version of a flying car where all of it's caused by having massive thrusters on the bottom to hold it, all the weight up in the air, and uses vectored thrust for movement. So think the movie Blade Runner and the police cars that could fly. Those were AVs.
Didn't tell you this. I haven't seen Blade Runner, but essentially,
Oh.
it's essentially a car, a flying car circling. 2 flying
Car,
cars.
van, they can be vans. In this particular case, it's a brick with minor wings, but it's flying out far enough that you can't tell if anything's on the wings. And you definitely recognize it as a kind of AV that would be used by military or sea SWAT.
I thought so. Okay.
And now,
Do you say anything? Because I'm obviously not looking at it.
Well, James started making sound, so I was like, I'm gonna wait for him to stop.
Oh, okay.
and right as you're registering that there's 2 of them, you recognize that one of them has turned to face head on to the ship, and a red light has just come out from under one of the wings, and something is flying fast at the ship.
And like she just grabs Falco, and she's gonna like
My drink!
start heading.
Yeah,
Like,
you
in
don't
this
have time to
direction.
really get anywhere at all. You basically can brace in place, and that's it before these missiles start hitting.
Well, I'm glad you like grabbed me. Maybe you can hold me down.
I left to the bathroom, and now there's missiles.
Yeah,
At
no.
9 p.m.,
You can protect
you
me.
and Elmanos and Dr. Young and Cardiac stayed in the rooms. Hard Cell and Steelheart went out by the pool to people watch and catch up on gossip.
Because Falco insisted, and Steelheart was like, "That's okay, fine. You made a convincing enough argument for me to make sure you don't die."
And see, now we can see the missiles coming directly at us.
Yeah, now y'all can both die together and not be happy about
We
it
can-
in any capacity.
We can die in your arms. I can die in your arms tonight. It must have been something you said.
It was
This is the
missiles.
best way.
Fuck.
I mean, this is the best way, Corey. Fuck you. In a loving way.
Oh, I thank you. I like being fucked lovingly.
Aggressively. No one said it. Is there
Ralph, you're
anything
digging
happening
yourself in
next?
deeper.
All right, I'm going to need reflex rolls from everyone.
Okay.
Do
cool.
we get
just the stat?
do we get bonuses because
Yeah.
we're bracing ourselves and such?
No, but your location does affect how bad things can get.
14. Okay. That's not great.
Luck sounds like a good thing to spend here.
Any
You
other
know,
skills
yeah,
that
that's
might be appropriate?
Yeah.
I'll spend.
If I may, I would like to
two luck.
spend 3 points of luck to put that to 16.
Okay.
So I will go down to 4 out of 7 luck.
I'm assuming no other skills here are appropriate.
It's just straight reflex. I looked through everything else, and there isn't anything else.
Womp womp womp.
Oh my goodness.
It's not evasion.
Gas?
No.
Ooh.
All
All
these
right,
skills, and there's not a one.
Rocks fall, everyone dies.
Right. Steelheart, you're the only one that actually made it. Because you spent that luck.
Okay. Thank you for
So-
convincing me, Corey.
You take no damage at all. Your bracing and grabbing onto hard cell prevents you from getting hurt.
Accidentally use him as a meat shield.
I now need a D10. Wait, let me see here. What is it actually?
Oh,
Yeah. I need a D10 from each of you, and whatever difference between your roll and the and 16,
Oh.
add to it. So,
me as
Elko,
well.
you'll be adding 2 to that 10, so you get a 12 there. Ooh.
Oh boy. How is that D10 plus 7?
Because I
Because
failed by
look-
7.
Okay,
Yeah.
right. I'm completely
Now,
forgot.
Elmanos's D10 plus the 4.
Do I roll as well?
No, you are not taking any damage. This is a random chart in here on what damage you take. All right, I'm going to start with the person who's getting the least injured, which would be Gas. You're going to take 3d6 damage that bypasses your armor as a bulkhead collapses on you as the whole airship comes down and crashes.
Okay, am I rolling this or are you?
Let's see here. Slash R 3d6. Boom. So you're only taking 6. You got lucky, but at the same time, the bulkhead is pinning you in place.
Oh, so I'm pinned under something? Okay.
Yes. Then next we have Tarek with a 9. That puts you in a little bit better. You only take 2d6, bouncing around, and your armor actually will protect you from this.
Oh, nice.
So for you, that's 4 points, but your armor stops it.
Yeah.
And Corey, I need a body check.
My body's pretty great. I gotta. This is gonna suck actually.
I got
have
like
3
2
body.
pecs and
Nope.
at least
This is
4
this is you need to make this number or die.
I'm probably gonna die. I have a 3 body.
Uh-oh.
Good luck.
I guess I'll spend all the rest of my luck on this. I got 3 luck. Don't want to die.
Oh.
I made a 10.
Congrats. You're only going to take 5d6 and be pinned, and the area you are at will be on fire.
Oh, lovely.
Steelheart, you got knocked away from him when the bulkhead came on to him.
Oh, great. I can have survivor skill.
5d6 can potentially kill me too.
Yeah, it could, but you got a chance.
I guess we should have spent over.
Okay, I have 5 hit
25
points
points.
left.
And you're right next to a fire. If somebody doesn't get you out of that, you're going to start burning.
I am seriously wounded.
Now, this is only versus environmental, but let me go ahead and, okay, click there. Click there. Click there. Click there. And click there. And go over to the combat aspect and roll your initiative.
Combat aspect.
All of us?
Yes.
Fight. Where is initiative? I don't see critical injury.
Cross swords. Hit the d20.
Fucking course.
Oh yes, got it. See it. Boom.
I got a 1.
You got a
Well,
1.
I got a 1 minus 7 to be specific. Like,
What, Tarek?
Won't let me click it.
Okay, I guess I'll click it for you.
Okay, there you go.
All right, so Tarek, you're first up. You've gotten bounced around. You're okay, but you definitely got force stumped and are a little fuzzy-headed as a result.
Oh.
Your room, everything's kind of jumbled and a little skewed where you personally are.
I don't know why, but I imagine the last thing I heard from the Biotechnica communiques was, "All right, we're coming in hot," and then boom. Anyway,
There was just a simple French word said, and then "oui," and then explosions started happening.
Should have had Steelheart listen.
oh God.
Ow.
Which, if Steelheart had listened, the word would have just been "begin."
Okay, I'm heading over to the room next door to see if I can get everybody out safely from that room, including
You see both Cardiac and Dr. Young appear to be okay. They're on the couch, but there's a beam that's fallen across gas, and Cardiac's trying to help lift it, but it hasn't gotten to his initiative yet.
I will work with Cardiac to help lift it off of gas.
Okay, both of you make athletics then.
Okay.
Okay, you're actually able to free gas from being under the beam.
Okay. Working together.
Corey, you're pinned and fire is coming towards you.
Gotta get out of
Be a
here.
total Chad and just start taking more drugs.
Yeah, just like pull out all my drugs and just start consume.
Let me see here.
I will either turn into Popeye eating spinach,
Yeah.
or I'm going to die because of the drugs first.
I
find
choose the way I go out.
Yeah.
You could try athletics to try and push it off of you, contortionist to get out from under it, or even brawling if you think that would work for trying some kind of technique to get out.
Athletics is my best bet to try and push this thing off of me. I'll go with that. That's a 13. I don't know.
You're able to get it lifted up, but you can't quite get out from under it just yet. Sasha, you've been freed from being under the beam. What now?
Okay. Stand up. Grab my equipment. Am I able to do that in a round?
Yeah, I'm going to assume that everybody's grabbing all their gear that's near them, which means Steelheart and Falco, whatever you left in your room, unless somebody else is stating they're grabbing it.
And yeah, I think Steelheart would just have her clothes and her stun baton, her agent. That's most of it. Most of that she would carry on her.
So, Sasha, you're grabbing your shit and getting ready to GTFO.
Pretty much.
Yep. All right, so we move on to Steelheart. You see that Falco's managed to get the beam up, but he can't seem to quite get out from under it. You could just grab him and yank him.
I'd like that. Please.
Or you could
yank
punch him
me
in the
off.
dick. Your choice.
I have a feeling his dick is probably covered by a bunch of rubble.
Why would you go there? when you could just simply say she could grab me and yank me off. And that's it's all implied.
Well, there's that part too.
That's implied. He said you could grab and yank me, and there was low hanging fruit right there.
Yeah, a bit too low hanging.
But you had to get explicit with it, my friend.
How am I friends with you people?
It's much funnier when you have to when it's implied.
But the way you went would not be a punch. Yours would be a wank.
So,
Sorry.
do I think I can just yank him out without?
Yes, you wouldn't even need a roll for it. You just say that's what you're doing
Not
this
gonna
round.
fall on top of him as I'm pulling him out.
It will fall, but he got a good enough roll that it'll fall behind him after you yank.
Steelheart does that, mostly using her metal arm, because that's where most of her strength is.
Ah!
The ship is now on the ground, on fire. The pool water is pouring into the club,
People are
and
dancing.
everything is off kilter and messed up.
We need to get to the room now.
SH, I'm in a bad way.
Yes, let's go find your sister now.
Look at all this blood on the floor here. That's all my blood.
Can
Do you see it on the map? It's on the map. All of my blood is all over the map.
You can do a fireman carry with an athletics check, or you can just pick him up princess style with a bod check.
Athletics or bod, you said?
Mm-hmm.
You can just put one of my arms around your shoulder, and we can go that way.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Or you could just do that without a roll at all.
Yeah.
And move a little slower.
Speed is of the essence. Remind me how rolls work. So my athletics is level 4 base 10. Remind me
The 10 is already including your stat.
So it will be 10 plus whatever I roll.
Yes.
Thank
And
you.
you can just click on a skill and go there.
And I'm gonna go ahead and use athletics because that's a base of 10, whereas my body you said was is a 6.
Mm-hmm.
I was about to say, I swear to goodness.
Okay. You He puts his arm around your shoulder. You dip down, grab his leg, haul up in fireman carry, and hustle off. There is lots of random crap here. So I need a goal for where you're trying to head.
To the room. Back to where.
Okay, trying to get back to the group.
Yes.
So the first stairwell you get to is blocked with wreckage. So you end up going all the way to this railing down here.
It's
there's
probably
where there's that little hidden stairway over here that you went down originally to rejoin Elmanos and Gas.
Mm-hmm.
And when you get to that one, there is a fire in it, but you think if you jump, you could probably make it.
So, a quick question. You said that we had crashed and the water was going into the club. Is this is the blimp at an angle at all where I could just jump the railing?
It's both broken and tilted in weird ways at different parts. So
Okay.
the club is mostly level, but the part you're on is sitting like that, and your rooms are up here.
Are we on the ground now? Did we crash, or are we still
Crash,
in the air?
crash. Crash,
oh,
crash.
we're already crash.
So
Okay,
Yes.
got it.
Steelheart can just slide down the wall.
That's-
If
yes,
if
that's what
this
I'm
part
asking,
is this
so-
way, then the wall is this way, and we can slide down it instead of jump down it, right?
Here's us. Here's the fence. Here's like the railing.
You could.
on the
You'd still
railing.
need an athletics check to get past the fire without getting
So there's a
an
fire
injury from it.
fire in front of the railing then.
Yeah, it's on the stair and railing. And based upon the body at the bottom, somebody was having a flaming drink when the first thing hit and set this whole place and themselves on fire.
You said athletics?
Yes,
I'm gonna spend
it's not
2
a high
points-
difficulty, so because the angles are all working for you.
I'm gonna spend 1 point of luck either way. So it'll be +1 to this roll because I forgot to add it. 18 total.
Oh, you do it with ease, even carrying hard sell.
Look. Seeing that
You are the
guy
fireman.
with his flaming drink.
And I'm
And
going
that-
to say at this point, you guys have gotten back to down here.
I need to say this. I have a regret now. Now that you mentioned that guy with the flaming drink, and it spilled all over him, and it created a huge fire. Steelheart convinced me not to take those 6 free drinks. And
That could have been you. You could have died a badass like that.
I could have had 6 drinks before this happened. Top
And then you
shelf.
would have died.
I'm willing to say you got one.
Top shelf, baby.
I'm willing to say you had one. So,
Hey, he did say
and
you
that's
could
part
pick
why
up
there was a
any-
fire next to you.
Grab a bottle
So-
of tequila and run.
Yeah, exactly.
At this point, everybody else is starting to exit the room. You two have arrived at the room. Elmanos and Gas, you see that Steelheart looks okay. A bit of blood coming down on her from carrying Falco, but Falco looks fucked up.
Hey, the ship fell on me, and
You should
there was a
probably-
fire.
You should probably put him down. I'm gonna go grab the rest of the stuff from the other room. I guess I'll get Falco's too.
Wait, hold on. What is?
We should get out of here immediately.
Yeah, well, we're gonna need our stuff first. I need my rifles and, well, everything else.
Right.
Well, as I said, the people who were in the room, I'm already assuming you already grabbed your own shit.
Okay.
So now you're going back for hard cells and steel hearts.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna go grab hard cells and steel hard stuff.
At this point, there's thick smoke in the room.
I'll go
So-
in. I have nasal filters.
Okay, that'll definitely help. And you have to move a bit slow because of vision issues from that. But if you give me an intelligence roll, it can go pretty quickly.
Just flat int.
Yep. That is good enough. So you're able to do that, grab everybody's stuff in the equivalent of 2 rounds, and that would mean that you actually are able to hold your breath alone from that, and your nasal filters will just help you avoid the stench when you leave.
Yeah, my nasal filters should make me immune to any bad problems from breathing in the smoke, anyways, because that's what they make me immune to airborne grossiness.
As long as you remember to keep your mouth shut while doing it. Because otherwise going bad. Because it's not going through the nose.
I'm a nose breather, okay, not a mouth breather.
Yep. But the body shop that did the install would have mentioned it just because there's a lot of mouth breathers as customers. All right, so now you got to find your way outside.
James?
Mhm.
Hey, check the time.
And we're going to go ahead and stop with there because, yeah, we've now run the full 2 hours.
We
So
can
you've gotten together, you've gotten all your stuff. There's smoke, fire, debris, panicking people everywhere. And every single one of you is 100% certain there are kill teams coming for you. And that's where we're going to stop.
That sounds like an
I
excellent
want to
place
thank all the
stop.
patrons again for everything, and especially Sebastian. The maps look great, dude.
All right.
And we should be back next week with no problems.
Yeah.
Sorry?
If you watch the stream all the way through, you obviously like to hit that like button. Hit subscribe. We do this every Friday, so you don't want to miss that. The bell will tell
Saturday.
you, we'll give you notification when we start going live. If you're on Twitch, do all the Twitch things too. I don't know what all those are, but we do live stream to Twitch. And
subscribe, throw us some bits, do all the things.
Bits, gifted subs.
from James, Sasha, Lady Valkyrie, Tarek, my name is Corey. Go roll some dice.